Welcome back to Intuitive Energies. My name is Jane, and I'm going to do another beautiful reading for you today. Absolutely. So the cards that came out for today were Retrograde Review and also A Leg Up. We're going to be doing this one in the second reading, so if you would like to see more, please make sure to subscribe, as I post twice a day. They can be standalone. You can watch one and you can watch the other, but if you watch both, they're both linked together in these readings every single day. So you have the card of Retrograde here in review. Spirit is asking you to review, absolutely, the stuff that you've done in your life, especially recently. If you have been hard at work in your life, it's review time, okay? And specifically, they want you to look at the things that you do differently now than before. In other words, as we were talking about, the day-to-day things, the way you see things, but how you see them differently. And retrogrades usually is sign of backing up, like you have, it's not backing up, it feels like you're going backwards when you have a retrograde. Usually people, think things get stopped or paused, or things mess up so that you can't go quite as fast forward. It's like taking 4 steps forward, 3 steps back. And that's the usual kind of energy that follows a retrograde. The number 15 is here. 1 + 5 is 6. Also, the card of the Devil, which means that there's restrictions, which makes sense. It's like being stuck again, okay? But things are not always as they appear to be when you have the Devil card. And retrograde is not either. It feels like we're going backward. It feels, but it isn't actually so. It's got a lot of the moon energy. A lot of it is an illusions, okay? And it says here, retrograde gets a bad rap, especially Mercury. But the retrograde cycle is truly a helpful and necessary time. It's nothing to worry about, just something to work with. And that's exactly the way I feel about it too. A planet is in retrograde when it appears to reverse the direction of its journey across the sky from our perspective here on Earth. And it's from our perspective, okay? As that planet revisits its path, you get to review your life, okay? So it says, stop the normal patterns, or the known, I would say, even patterns of your life, the stuff that you had been doing over and over again. We've been looking at that intensely in the last couple of days. If you haven't seen those readings, go see those. They explain a lot of that, okay? So the roots of this issue are found in the past. Okay, so it says reconsider, revise, repair, and edit. I feel very much a judgment card coming in as well in this, okay? Dig in a drawer to find an old idea, to bring it forward and rework it, because you have a new mindset, you have a new core being. The treasure of knowing that you are secure within yourself, you can now let that shine outwardly and touch and reflect on all the work that you've done before, stuff that you've put away, that you were not paying attention to anymore, that you thought, I just can't do it. Look at that again. You may feel different at this point in time, okay? Reconnect with old friends, previous contacts. That's happening for me on Friday. I can hardly believe it. Haven't seen this person as probably 5 or 7 years, a childhood friend, and I'm reconnecting with her. I'm so very happy for it as well, okay? Address some unfinished personal business. Look again. Find lost items, missing information. Okay, and it says the delay of this card as retrograde, even though I don't think we're in retrograde right now. I think it ended October 1st, for Mercury anyway. We're going back into it somewhere in December, I think. It was at the end of December. Anyway, I'm not versed very well at the moment of this reading. So, but it says a delay may be a saving grace in the situation. So check equipment, read the fine print, make sure that everyone's on the same page. It's safe to move forward. So regardless of what the planets are doing, this is saying this is a great time for you to check on things. Check in with yourself. Check in with your environment. Check in with everything. Okay? If this is going to be an opportunity for a do-over, you don't need to get stuck in the past. If an old problem rears its head, rather than reinscribing dysfunctional patterns, take a different approach. Before you re-engage in anything, inventory yourself, your heart, your being. Consider what needs to be different this time to make it work. Broach new territory, okay? Put regular work aside and attend to a side agenda, okay? So this is saying it's not a time, tempting though it may be, to reminisce, pick up at old scars, or revisit a painful situation from your past just because you want the emotional charge of anger or excuse to wallow in memories of betrayals and regrets. You've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, don't need to do it again, right? Take a deep breath. This is a moment out of the ordinary flow, an opportunity to use what you've worked so hard to learn. Use your accumulated skill, knowledge, and maturity. Slow, steady, and thoughtful will win this race. Right. So, as I said, we're working on the inner self. So now that you're working from the inside out, it's time to review the stuff that you put aside, that you couldn't do, that you felt you couldn't accomplish, and see if those feel different now. It's beautiful. You're getting a leg up, which is the card that came for this afternoon's reading. So please make sure to use it as such. Okay. Look at the roots of abundance. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. So you're actually being given a second chance to move forward, to do things on a very different level, in a different manner, to go forward in a very different way. It's time to really embrace that and take it and work it. Okay, I like this figure because he is mostly in the dark, but if you see, it's like he's lighting up at the top. The light's getting in and it's getting through. Gorgeous. The archway to opportunity. And though it may feel new and different to you with this Root of Abundance card, I feel that you have been working on this a long, long time. So even if your tree is smaller at the top, your root system is humongous. Okay? A lot of wisdom, a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge helping you along here. Absolutely. Ooh, the cards are, do you see that? They're getting stuck and then they're flipping. Justice card, we've been getting this all week, but it didn't come out. Three of Pentacles. Help from Spirit, also didn't. Let's see. They want to tell a story. Knight of Cups. It's been an emotional journey, absolutely. Okay, here we go. Knight of Wands. Challenge has been met. Challenge has been accepted. Okay? And I think you can take the adventure and to try a new experiment. This is also my experimental card. Okay? It's fun, passionate, action-packed. And this review is asking you to, again, look at things from before and accept the challenge that now you are seeing things in a different way, that you might, okay, have a little bit of, and it's funny, they're saying, they're being funny in the way they're saying this, as saying, to actually have a smidge of believing enough in yourself to think that you might actually succeed. Okay? So in other words, it's you are going to succeed. It's just take that initial step and greet that challenge with a brand new way of thinking, knowing that now you're rooted in abundance because you begin from the self, outwardly. You're reviewing this. So it's giving you a time to go in that old box of things that you just couldn't deal with because you probably didn't have all the tools, or you weren't exactly at the experience level that you needed. But now you can start doing it. You can start broaching these things and moving forward in your life. Again, see? Get the King of Swords, seeing above. Again, the Two of Wands. Contemplation time is done. Ah, there you go. Four of Wands. Yeah, they made sure that that card flipped out. Did you see that? They went, Jane, you're not taking the cards we're giving you. All right. So, these are results. These are rewards. It's a celebration. It's a teamwork effort. Of course, you, Spirit, people around you who have helped you learn these lessons. It's a teamwork. So, celebrate that moment in time, and to reflect where you are and where you want to go. It's again a review, a reflection of where you are and where you want to go. It's not an end point, but it is definitely a continuing journey. It's a, you know, a checkpoint, a flag. You know, you're marking your territory going, I passed this point. But it's an important one because they've been putting in that if you figure out this part of inner to outer, you are really, you've got to, it's one of the big tips, you know, the big ones, the big messages that you're here to learn and figure out as a light worker, as somebody who's trying to get on your path. The understanding of where this security, the spirituality, and everything that you are coming from inside out is one of the biggest lessons that you can learn. What was that? I just want to check. A Queen of Swords. No surprise. I saw the King of Swords, a Queen of Swords. It feels very much like this energy of seeing above and beyond, seeing the big picture. The Lovers also came out this week quite a few times already. The Empress, creativity, getting ready. I feel that all these cards that are just flipping inside the deck, they're just trying to let you know that things are moving into this direction. Okay. There's that King of Swords finally decided to come out. I felt him pretty hard too. So, you can put your determination in this now. You have two swords. Look at this. One pointing as above, so below. You are really understanding the whole point of it. There's a huge butterfly on your chest. There's butterflies. You see everything that's changing around you, but the biggest change is within you. It's, you know, it's gorgeous. You're king of your hill, first of all. A cut above the rest. I feel as well as you look at these butterflies, some of them, you have one above your head that's colorful and one on your arm. I feel that these are your direction and your spirituality, your action, your spirituality, guiding you towards what you need to be doing. Queen of Cups in reverse. We'll take another with that one. Nine of Wands. Okay. The Five of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah. This is usually the card of receptivity. Okay. I accept. But if you see, she's got her hand on top of it at this point. But she came in reverse. So constantly, this is, because of the card meaning, but the card picture for me feels very different than the usual Queen of Cups. Simply because she has her hand above the cup. It's an odd kind of I don't know, it's an odd card for me in this deck. So actually having it in the reverse feels more like the traditional Queen of Cups, being open to receive. And if you see, you're being offered a lot here. And I feel that this is saying that you've been offered this possible solution, this review to see things how you see it for a long time, but you weren't ready to receive it. Okay, that's why you have so many things in the box that you got to review right now. Stuff that you said no to because you weren't ready to implement it. You weren't in the receiving mode, but now you are. Now you're ready. You're going to see the things that you missed. Okay? Really, really smart. Really smart the way they put that. I got that. All right. Six of Wands, card that's also come up, a victory card. Victory. I'm victorious. Yeah, the Four of Wands, the Six of Wands, gorgeous. It's like the next step in recognized as a role model, as somebody who is doing progress, somebody who's really tapped into their self-confidence. Okay? It's time to praise yourself, Pisces. In a non-conceited way. You can be proud of the successful work that you've done, because this is of the self. And I really feel like they're trying to talk to you about the self, the inner self, the one that needs to feel victorious, the one that needs to feel grounded, supported, secure, the one that's going to move forward in their path, and the one that's going to show people how it's done. Okay? Trust me, when you move in that kind of confidence within yourself, first of all, the people who try to impede your progress or try to say things to stop you, they become something that go in the background and are not really paid attention to as much, because you realize that they need to do a whole bunch more work before they get to where they need to go. But that's not your journey, it's theirs. But you do start paying attention to the things that help your momentum. And the biggest part of that momentum is you. Okay? You don't need to look externally for that at all. And there's the Queen of Swords. There's our pair. Okay? So, she is holding a massive butterfly. And I love these. I love these as a pair. I feel the feminine and the masculine of both being in perfect balance. Again, feeling the justice energy. A lot of swords here. If you count the three swords, the Three of Swords is also seeing the truth of the matter. A lot is getting cleared up for you in your mind and in your energy. There's a breath of fresh air coming in with this. Yeah. Yeah. This beautiful energy coming in together. Gorgeous, gorgeous energy. It's very refreshing, and it's very, focused in the way it's coming in. Yeah, this had come out. Okay. So the anxiety. All right, so I'm going to, although I did see the transitional, the Six of Swords showing itself at the bottom of the deck. Right. Okay, so you have the High Priestess coming in with the Nine of Swords. You are getting at the root of the problem. Like, if you look at this, it's almost like it's going in ground. It's not. It's probably on her blanket, but for me right now, it's showing like in the ground. And I feel instead of looking down, you're looking out. This card is very much about looking the situation outside of yourself. Looking at the hair that's going down, wherever it may be, and seeing the potential problem. Oh God, look at this. Oh, look at this. Look at this. This is more internal energy. They've been speaking of that for like all week in the beginning, since the beginning of the week, about no longer paying attention to the stuff outside of yourself before you pay attention to what's within yourself first. Before you get that going in perfect harmony inside. Then, only then, will you have the tools to figure out what's going on outside. You have the Page of Pentacles coming in. New ways of thinking. New communication. Good news, swift news. Okay? Being fearless in the way that you're doing it. Setting goals. Okay? Being hardworking. Being the student, being the apprentice. Learning how to begin from the from inside going to outside. Alright, my beautiful Pisces. So, this has been your reading. I will come back and do the other one later. If that interests you, please subscribe. Thank you so much for being here. I'm sending you love, light, and blessings.